Hey, what's up, Hokimon? Quick demo video for you for your custom Saber from Nevin Varner over at Space Junk. So, got this done today. This is installed with a Proffie V2 that you supplied me. I did put an OLED screen in here. You've got this Noah Drew marble for your main crystal reveal, which is really cool. It's kind of like an orange and yellow marble, and it's got that white holocron in it, and you'll see it really well when I light it up. You've got the Shtok V3 NPXLs in there, and then this is a 2-button setup, but your switches are up here. So your red switch here is your activation, and then just 180 degrees from it, it's a small tactile. That's your auxiliary. For those who don't recognize this piece, this is from an '89 Fallen Saber, and it's flipped around, so the emitter from the '89 is right here, and then this would be normally where the body would go, and this turned into the emitter, so it's really cool. How to get to everything is you just want to open up the handle. So we'll unscrew the handle and take it off, and then here's your chassis. I don't know if it's going to pick up very well on camera, but it does say Space Junk Sabers right here for Nevin. Flip it around, it says Solo Sabers over here for me. You got a removable battery setup. So spring side, your negative over here. This chassis was big enough to where I could hide the wires for the battery, so you don't see anything in the battery cradle. And then from the top, here is your Proffie board, and then your OLED screen over here. And then you'll see that better when I light that up. And you're running a 28mm Smuggler's Outpost Elite speaker, and I have that fully enclosed, so it sounds really good. Let's throw a battery in this guy, and then we'll go through some functions. So on a few of these sound fonts, and also I got all the sound fonts on there that you sent me. On a few of these, I have some different animations going before the blade's actually on, and then on some I didn't, but I just wanted to give you a nice mix so that you could see what was going on. But if you look at that, it's kind of a heartbeat right there, and then you can see your battery meter on your OLED. So if we were to go to the next sound font, you're not able to see that there, but it does say ignition. We'll go back. This is Aboleth, and it says that right there too. So you'll be able to see all that when you get it in person, or if you saw my Facebook. Actually, I don't think I put it on Facebook. Sorry, but you'll see that OLED when you get it in person. It's working great. We got that battery on. I'm gonna wait to put the handle on for a second because I want to show you this crystal. So I've got motion controls. Just like that. So crystal's working nice. It's lighting up super bright. I put that LED right on the bottom of it, so it's getting the full effect of all the colors, right? We'll just slap the handle back on and screw it back on. Boom, just like that. I had left the handle off to show you the crystal. I forgot that the crystal's on the outside of the Saber, so yeah. We're going to be able to see that as we go through the demo. The wire management on this guy for your NeoPixel PCB and your switches was very interesting because this plate right here comes off, and then there were 2 holes right here, and then another 2 right here underneath the plate. So I had to kind of snake all my wires and come out these first 2 holes, and then snake them back in and go to the chassis and then put this plate on. And the crystal chamber didn't come out, so that was very interesting to do that for a while, but everything's on there. It's working great. I do have a blade. This is a 0.99 inch diameter though on this guy. So if you have a test, or if you have a blade, you're going to do some sanding. This is my old beat up test blade, and I still had to take it out. I had to take it out to the garage, and I didn't even use sandpaper. I put the sand drum on my Dremel, and I had to go back and forth here, and I had to take a lot of material off my blade, and then I went through with a piece of sandpaper after I was done and just smoothed it up so that I could get it to fit in this guy, and it's still pretty snug. So just be aware that you will probably end up having to do some sanding, but that's okay. Fits in there nice and tight. So it's so tight, in fact, that I'm not going to use your blade retention, but your blade retention is right here. Now you will get confused if you look at it from the outside because you've got 3 grub screws right here, and you've got another 3 over here. One side of that is all aesthetics, and there's just one side that's a blade retention, but you'll see it when you look down the emitter. You got battle mode. So you can see that in your crystal when the blade lockup happens. That crystal's firing too until you pull away from it. And we got blaster bolt deflex, right? Or blaster deflex. When you go to hit this auxiliary button, you want to put a little bit of oomph in it. Just don't tap it. You're going to want to really kind of like ignition. Just put something in it. So we got ignition. On this one, I just have it flashing on and off. I keep using motion controls, but you can come over here and just hit the activation button. That's fine too. I just find it easier to use the motion controls. That's what I'm used to. You can just tap it to turn it off. Just like that. Now to get to the soundtrack, hold down your power for 1 second and let go. Right. Get your crystal going while it's doing its thing. And do the same thing to turn it off. Hold down for 1 second and let go. I accidentally put it into mute mode.
You can't stop me, Empire!
I think this is Ninth Sister. So just a nice red crystal with a red blade. It's the audio flicker blade. You have a lot of sound resonance between the chassis that ends about right here and then the end of your pommel. So you got all that for some nice sound resonance. You can see your speaker in there. Maybe we'll do one more.
Photon blade.
So I spent extra time making sure that no wires were in the chamber. Whether or not you're looking at it like this, all up in there, or like this, you're not going to see any wires. The wires run underneath the shroud. So it's nice and clean. So one more time. Just like that, we'll take the blade out. And then we'll go through taking your battery out. Actually, I'll get your blade plug right here too that you had made. There's your blade plug. So you do have nice shine through on your blade plug. We're going to unscrew this handle right here. Very easy to take the battery out. Just come over here from the positive side by the speaker. Pop it out with your finger just like that. And that's all there is to it. So let me know if you got any questions. If not, we'll try to get this out in the mail to you tomorrow. All right, thanks, man.